Let go of the fear and detach so that the universe can bring us the best possible outcomes. Hey Baddie, welcome to the Baddest You podcast, where every listen takes you to the baddest version of yourself. I am your Baddie level up coach, Ambria, and in today's episode, I'm going to teach you the art of mastering detachment and living your most unbothered Baddie life. Follow me on my Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Ambria, and let's get into this week's episode. You failed your exam, your boss has asked you to stay late at work again, you bump into your ex and their new partner on the street, and your car declines when you're trying to get yourself a pick-me-up dinner. How do you not freak out? Detachment. The inner knowing that no matter what, all is well and things are going the exact way it's supposed to in your favor. Detachment requires one of the scariest nouns known to human existence: trust. Look, us humans, we like to be hands-on and control of everything. Other people, circumstances, but especially the outcome. However, we cannot control these things, only ourselves, so we overcompensate by stressing and worrying about how things will go, forcing other people to behave a certain way and spending all our time overthinking about the future and past, completely missing the beauty of the present moment. Us humans are both calculated and intelligent creatures. We look at circumstances and assume the outcome based on past situations. This person hasn't texted me back yet, and the last two people I texted didn't text me back, ghosted me, so this person's probably gonna ghost me. Let me just go ahead and block them. Perpetuating past cycles as a means of staying in control of their current environment. But what if I told you there was a less hands-on approach that could grant you your desires instead? Welcome to detachment, the art of accepting reality as it presents itself, surrendering the outcome with trust, knowing that what we want is already ours, granting us peace in the present moment. So detachment requires us to reshape our beliefs about ourselves. It requires a healthy self-concept. Self-concept is your concept of yourself, how you view yourself in relation to life and its circumstances. So a high self-concept means that we view ourselves as highly and worthy of the absolute best treatment and best life experiences. However, a low self-concept usually has us living in fear, not feeling worthy of good outcomes in our life. Detachment is best attained when you have a healthy self-concept, knowing that you are so worthy and deserve the absolute best out of life. It's the idea of letting go of circumstances in our life, trusting that the best is yet to come. In other words, I'm going to be good regardless. When we hold on to fear and anxiety in regards to situations in our lives, we actually find ourselves perpetuating cycles of lack, assuming we are unsafe based on past circumstances as a means of staying in control of our present moment. But all this does is keep us creating more scarcity and non-ideal outcomes in our life. If you grew up without money, chances are you're going to assume money is scarce as you face life. If you grew up being mistreated in friendships, you'll believe good friends are hard to come across. If one or both of your parents didn't give you the proper love that you deserve, you'll believe love is scarce and chase it instead of creating it from within. Your entire life is based on programming or beliefs that you have within. Our brain continues to seek out experiences to confirm those beliefs. So it's up to us to break the cycle. And we can do this by practicing detachment, releasing the outcome and trusting our needs will be met instead. So we figured out that detachment requires both the ability to trust and a high self-concept. However, the third addition to this equation is self-prioritization. Having your own relationship with yourself outside of circumstances. When we prioritize ourselves, our experience, our goals, our feelings, etc., we give ourselves the ability to show up for ourselves. And by showing up for ourselves, we rely less on people, places, and situations to fill our cup. See, most people, they struggle with detachment because they don't have a healthy sense of self and are not filling up their own cup. They're looking for someone or something to save them or fill a void. They chase people and outcomes in love because they are not properly loving themselves. Why didn't they call me? What do they think about me? Do they like me? And they chase and they chase and they chase because they will only feel loved once another person chooses them, because they are not choosing themselves. They chase validation because they are not validating themselves. My picture didn't reach 1,000 likes. Oh, I knew I looked ugly. Maybe if I wear this top, this person's gonna find me more attractive. Which decision should I make? Ugh, I know, I'll just call my friend. They always tell me which decision is the best. That person doesn't feel worthy as they are, and they chase external sources to fill their cup because of their lack of doing so. Prioritizing yourself gives you permission to take a step back from your circumstances because you are your whole world and aren't requiring the world around you to be a certain way for you to live at peace within. By having your own sense of self, you're not attached to if someone calls you a name or feeling attached to outcomes to go your way because you know you are already taking care of you. So what if this person doesn't call me beautiful? I know I'm gorgeous. So what if I'm not happy with my bank account? I know I'm working hard and trust that my financial needs will be met. So what if I run into my ex? I know that there is no future there and I am acting actively working on creating the absolute best life for myself. So what? So what? So what? That is detachment. It doesn't matter what's happening because I know I am worthy of the best. I trust that things are working out in the best case scenario because that's what I deserve, and I'm filling my own cup in the meantime. I can relax in the present moment knowing everything will be okay. The more you relax, the more you attract. In fact, the #1 killer of receiving our desires is us not being in receiving mode. Overthinking about the future and the past. This is our way of subconsciously trying to control circumstances because we don't feel worthy of the outcomes that we deserve. Receiving mode is relaxation plus presence, relaxing in your worth and being present to receive it in the first place. The key is in having no expectations, but relying on your own inner truth and worthiness instead. Regardless of if that person asks me out, I know I am an absolute catch and recognize that any high-quality individual will recognize my amazing qualities. I don't chase, I attract. I am the prize. You're not looking to be chosen, you are the chooser, and you don't put yourself in a position to be chosen. I will relax knowing the best is yet to come because regardless of this person asking me out or not, I know I am absolutely amazing. When we operate in our worth, we attract the best outcomes. It's all about being in your feminine energy. You know how worthy you are, so you don't have to force or chase anything. You trust that you are worthy enough to receive what you desire. You have boundaries against anything less. You don't even tolerate the idea of certain things transpiring. You decide that you will not have anything less than the absolute best because that is what you deserve. You rely on creating what you want in the midst of whatever it is that life is throwing at you. You attract what you are. And in choosing to operate in a state of abundance, you attract abundance. In choosing to operate in a state of peace, you attract peace. In choosing to operate in love, you attract love. It's all about focusing on being that which you wish to attract. Feminine energy is being and receiving. By being the prize, you receive outcomes in which you're the prize. Soon you'll see attaching to outcomes is pointless, and by detaching from a specific reality and choosing to embody another, you get what you desire. And this is the idea of quantum jumping into the reality in which you want instead of responding to the one that you're seeing in front of you. And by choosing to see things from a certain perspective, you are choosing that as your reality, and reacting only further perpetuates that reality. By you not seeing money and complaining about it, you're further perpetuating that reality. But by deciding the money is coming anyway and choosing to relax, you actually call the reality in which money is yours, and instead. And choosing to operate for the reality you want, you receive the reality you desire. So the next time you face a non-ideal circumstance, ask yourself, am I embodying the version of myself that has what I want here? Am I thinking, feeling, and taking action as that person? No? Then show up and watch your reality change. A person who truly feels worthy about receiving something isn't worried about getting it. Detachment is recognizing your own value and take the things we want off of a pedestal. Most people want something that they have placed on a pedestal. It's exciting to want something, but it's so important to remember it was our interest in it that made it valuable to us in the first place. We are the prize. And by recognizing this inner truth, it grants us this air of detachment, accepting the present moment and allowing what will be to be, knowing that we are the one of value in the situation. We don't stress about if that person is going to call us because we know we regularly receive calls from potential love interests. We are valuable and recognize our value, taking the idea of being chosen off of a pedestal because we choose ourselves. We're not worried about a customer buying from our business because we know what we have to offer and trust that that right customer is going to recognize the value of our products and buy. We're not desperate because we don't have to be. We recognize our own innate value and know that whatever we want probably wants us more. We have the luxury of sitting back and relaxing in our own power, knowing that what's meant for us is on its way. And by placing the value back on us in a situation, it allows us to relax knowing that what we want or better is already on the way. We don't chase, we attract, which means we are at peace in our hearts knowing that our needs are already being met because that is what we deserve. Gratitude is the key to detachment. Recognizing the abundance in the world around you, regardless of what's happening in your life. It reminds you that you're in fact living in abundance, and it reminds you that attaining abundance is a norm for you. That there is nothing to chase because we are already living with so much already. See, most people focus solely on the lack in their lives. I don't have a partner. I don't have enough money. I don't have the lifestyle that I want. They don't even recognize the abundance of the now. Their entire life becomes a reflection of what they don't have. But in acknowledging that I am healthy and have a sound mind, I have the ability to make money and or have a job. I have people who love me and am becoming a better version of myself every single day. They'll see that their life is truly a blessing. By practicing gratitude, our lives become more full, and we can rest in the present moment knowing we are ultimately safe and provided for. Gratitude also puts us in the receiving mode of our desires. It puts us at ease and helps us to stay present. Happiness is a choice. And you don't have to wait to get something you want to be happy. You can be happy right now. Happiness is something you can create in the midst of any circumstance. And by creating it, you actually attract much better. Why? Because you attract the energy you're emitting. By operating in lack, you attract more lack. However, by acknowledging abundance, also known as practicing gratitude, you attract more abundance. It's all about what you're willing to see in the world around you. Detachment requires letting go of the outcome and allowing the divine to bless you. There are so many possibilities for success. See, most people are so terrified that their needs won't be met that they spend every ounce of their being trying to control the world around them to attain it. The key to detachment is controlling ourselves, mastering emotional self-control, and trusting that God is indeed taking care of us at all times. What good is it to control the world around us? Anything we attain by controlling must be maintained by controlling. And letting go, you allow what's truly meant to be to flow. It's much better to allow what's meant to be. When you come from a background of trauma, we actually have a very limited perception of life. We see things as only happening in one way or another, trying to keep ourselves safe. However, there are infinite possibilities of success for us. Practicing detachment gives us the space to entertain all possibilities. Allow people to be who they are. It is not our job to change people into being the ideal person or take ideal actions. Our job to determine if we want to involve ourselves with the person as they are. It's not our job to change the natural flow, but for us to allow the natural flow to direct us towards what is best for us. Anything that leaves us is ultimately replaced with better. Anything that is tough ultimately leads to happier times. We can't have the ups without the downs. And if we take a step back from our circumstances, take a deep breath, and remember our own innate value, we can trust that the divine is taking care of us at all times, and that all things are happening for our highest good. We can let go of fear and rest in knowing that the entire universe is rooting for us to win, rooting for you to win. Our only job is to let go and show up as the winner we are. Let go of the fear and detach so that the universe can bring us the best possible outcomes. Detachment is the key to success. Let go and allow your best timeline to come to you. After all, you are the prize. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode and contributing to your ultimate baddie level up. I'm your host, Ambria Harty. Be sure to follow me on my Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Ambria Harty, and I will see you on next week's episode of The Baddest You. Bye, baddie!